Good morning. We're back in the attic, and I'm just back from Lydney Model Railway show. Now, I went there for one reason, and that was to find the old gentleman who sold me a pile of stuff at Hucklecote show that I went to see if he was still around, because he was due for retirement. Now, there was loads of layouts that my wife and I looked at as well, but essentially I went to buy. Now, the first shop I came across, and there was a good 4 shops in there, and Bachman was there, and they were giving away some free stuff for a raffle, so I bought some raffle tickets. But the first place I went to was the Hereford Model Railway shop, and they've invited me to come down. They say they got a load of Engage stuff. So the first thing I bought from them for I need my reading glasses on, £25.40 was these 3 weathered trucks. They look quite nice. I think £25.40 was a good price for these. And the second thing I bought from them for £37.50 was a GWR tank. So let me slip this out. This is what I call the intermediate model. So it's not the early model, which had very little detail on, and it's not the latest model that is incredibly detailed. This is what I would call the intermediate model. I don't know if that'll focus. We'll put it down here, and we'll take a little bit of video of this in a moment. So which one is it? He says, looking on the... It is the 57XX pannier tank, GWR shirt button. First thing I need is a 9-volt battery. Well, there is some movement there. What I think this needs is a service. So I guess I'm going to be doing a servicing video. But let me pop this on the track under some decent lighting, and let's get some video. You remember when I put these lights in and I said I've kind of like put them halfway across the board, and at a later date I might move them up so that they are more over towards the front of the board. I think I've certainly discovered that they do need to come up a couple of inches, and so they'll illuminate the board a bit better. Right, so I've told you the price of those. I just had another go with a 9-volt battery. It did move a bit better, but this does not make good contact with the wheels. Still useful. So I found the guy that I'd seen before, the one at Hucklecote, and I spent a grand total of £270. He discounted an awful lot of stuff for me compared to the ticket price. So first job was a couple of packets of rail joiners, because I need those. I then bought a lot of rolling stock. So standard maroon coach, three rhubarb and custard, depending on what you want to call them. Corridor brake composite, corridor composite without the brake, corridor composite. They're crimson and cream, but I call them rhubarb and custard. So that's 4. Next thing I got was a brown and cream buffet. Chocolate and cream buffet. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's 5. I got a Parcels Express. So that's 6. And I got a brown and cream restaurant car. So that's 7. That's 7 coaches. And these boxes, looking at the ends here, nobody's been in these. I say he buys up second-hand stuff. He buys up failed kind of like projects. And none of those have been opened. Or they may have been opened once, but they haven't been run. I mean, how much are these? These are about 40 quid. 7 times 40. Some line-side fencing. That was £2.40. That's kind of like half price, isn't it? I mean, the fencing's about a £5, and you got to have plenty of fencing. Now some buildings, he says, banging his elbow. So I've got a platform shelter. Remember, all this was 270 quid. A small water tower, which I want, because that will allow me to put some of my big water towers on eBay. And a small hut. What's this one actually called? Wooden Station Gents. Oh, so it's a toilet, not a little hut. Never mind, this would be ideal next to a signal box, having a toilet for the people who work in the signal box. So all of that for £270. Well, not quite all of that. I also got one of these. Remember my Class 40 Minitrix Class 47, and I ummed and ahed over it, and I gave it a clean, and I ran it, and I put it back on eBay and sold it. Well, he sold me this for 50 quid. And the going rate for a Class 47 on eBay is £75 to £80. It's mint. Wheels are clean as a whistle. The only thing that's happened is that this little box which sits underneath has come unclipped. And I think it's because a couple of the clips are actually broken. But that's easily fixed back in space with a little dab of glue. All of the what word am I looking for? All of the lettering, both sides, is mint. Traction tyres are mint. This probably has been bought and just simply sat in somebody's drawer for a while. And there is some movement. It sounds very dry. It sounds like it needs a service. I don't think it's not filthy. I just think it is particularly dry. So that's another job for me to do at a later date. And then when we've got some power on this track, we'll get these 2 locos tested fully. Yeah, I still need rolling stock. I still need coaches and the like, and I will keep looking on eBay. And when I see a rake of 5 of these going for £80 to £90, then that's what I will do. although they tend to be going up in price these days. So that was my day out, my expensive day out. And I really need to crack on and build this, and well, at least get the power on for starters, and get the single line built. So I got 2 locos to service. If you want me to record the servicing of those 2 locos, just to see what's inside them and what I do with them, just write it down in the comments and I will do that for you. For the moment, I've got a bridge to build. Ta-ra!